it doesn't matter what the outcome is to anything that you set out to do. What matters is how you do it. What matters is your intention, your authenticity about it, your integrity within, your knowledge of the topic that you're pursuing, your knowledge of, what you want to do, you know. If you want to do something like, you know, fix a problem, you know, per, in and in Johnny Depp's case, prove his innocence and speak his truth. It doesn't matter how it turned out. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, it hurts, it sucks. There's a travesty of justice here, you know, but he spoke his truth. The world has heard his truth, and he's still fighting. And he may not be able to get his reputation back because people, in the entertainment business, the people who run Hollywood, they're all about publicity. They're all about what sells. They're not about human beings, you know? And, but the point is, for him to speak his truth and to come out and step out and, speak up and say that he was a survivor, he is a survivor of very horrific domestic violence, and worse, gaslighting, where she turned around and accused him of the very thing that she did to him. And it just, what can you do about that? I mean, people are going to do that. But the fact is, it's like if we keep fighting and we stay focused on what we're fighting for, it doesn't matter the outcome in the end of the day. It matters how hard we fight. It matters how thorough we are with pursuing our goals. It matters. The process is what matters the most. You know, so that's what I have to say about the whole Johnny Depp thing. I mean, I've been sad. I've been upset. I've been very angry. I don't like that he lost the role in Fantastic Beasts at all because I really love those movies. I really love the story. I love the characters. I love J.K. Rowling anyway. And I'm going to miss those movies. But personally, I can't go see them now that they've done this. It just feels wrong to me. To go see those movies, to support Warner Brothers, you know. Although, it also supports J.K. Rowling. I don't know what her role in this whole thing was either, I mean, Warner Brothers is the big mahaf, but of course it's her story. So I don't know, I'll never know. But it seems like these people are looking at the verdict of Johnny Depp's case against the Sun and seeing that as some kind of truth, as some kind of conviction, some kind of proven fact that he was abusive, you know. Yeah, and I guess that's what they're doing. And I guess in some ways it would make sense, but at the same time, you saw the evidence. They saw everything play out. And here's the deal. It's like sometimes we lose sight of life, of a lot of details, of a lot of important things because we're so focused on the goal. We're so focused on you know, getting done what we need to get done. We're so focused on the result that we ignore the process. We just push past the process. We don't stay in the moment, and that's a lot of people in this world. I mean, they can look at they can listen to the audio tapes where Amber admitted to hitting Johnny. They can read the documents. They can do all kinds of things, but they forget about them once the verdict comes out. They forget. They forget all the mountains of evidence that Johnny had that Amber was not injured. She was not hurt, you know, all that stuff after May 21st, where she's walking around face completely free of bruises, you know, all that proof. The officer's testimony, the LAPD, you know, that wasn't even taken into account, I mean, that alone should have been pretty big testimony. Yeah, I mean, if they didn't see any injuries on her face, you know, and they're the LAPD, but whatever, it's in England, they don't understand the, they're not here. I guess that's probably, you know, maybe it would have been different here. I don't know. All I know is one thing. In England, over there, they were working with it, the news group newspapers is from England. And well, not that that matters, but what I'm saying is the Judge Nickel actually has a son that works in the news group newspapers. I don't know if I think he's like one of the big mahafs there, you know. So, the whole thing could have been rigged, you know. I mean, anything could have happened. All I know is one thing. Whatever, he finds, whatever judgment he finds, the truth is out there. And the truth speaks louder than any verdict that could come through. So keep this in mind. And I've got a couple ideas of what I'm going to do with this channel, that I'm kind of working out in my head. I'm thinking of, like I did last time when I had my friend in, talking to my friend about safety. Um, I have this idea that I will have, just bring people in here to talk about their journeys with mental health and safety and trust and, all that good stuff that we're all working for, you know, and recovery and, and, just coping with the state of the world. I mean, you know, for the sake of anybody who voted the way they voted, I won't say anything about the election, but, I'm sure you all have mixed feelings, a multitude of feelings, like some of you may be really happy, some of you may be really, really angry, sad, but regardless, I'm learning a lot about radical acceptance, which is basically you can't change something and, you can spend a lot of time agonizing over it, but if it's not going to change, you're wasting time, that you could be using to do something else. And, a lot of time gets wasted. Even though I'm not trying to sound crass and say that we shouldn't feel bad about certain things that happen because naturally we're going to feel bad, you know? I mean, we're only human, it's not like we're going to like it when things go wrong. But, you know, spending a lot of time trying to push back against something that you can't do anything about, like the coronavirus. We can't make it go away, ourselves. It's going to go away at some point, but we can't, refuse to live. I mean, we can take precautions, we can stay home, we can wear our masks when we go out, we can do all that stuff, but you can't say, well, I'm just going to pretend the coronavirus isn't there because I can't accept it. That's pretty much what we're saying when we don't accept. We're denying it. We're saying, well, this isn't real. This isn't going to happen. And what that does to our mental state is puts us in a, quagmire where we can't get out, because we're stuck in a certain mindset that we don't want to accept. There are people that go out without masks on. There are people that go out and try to party without masks on and everything like that, and then they get sick. you know I mean, reacting to change and everything like that, not wanting to accept change. A prime example of what I'm talking about is Mr. Trump. He does not want to accept that Joe Biden won the election. He he is not accepting it. He is pushing all kinds of his own plans and his own responses. He's trying to stop it from happening, but if he would, he's somebody that could benefit from radical acceptance. It's not easy. It's not like you can just, you know accept something. But you can work with it saying, if it's not going to change, if I can change it, you weigh and measure all the things, if you can change it, go ahead, work for it, look for ways to change it. But radical acceptance is not giving up. See what you can do to fix whatever's going on, but accept what you can't change. It's sort of like a very strong serenity prayer. Accept the things you cannot change what you can, and know the difference. It's like this radical, you know, knowledge that comes. I was like, okay, I can't change the fact that you know the coronavirus is out there. I can't change the fact that nobody can change the fact that Joe Biden won. Trump can't change it, you know, but you know, you just look at him and just look at examples of what not to do, because that must be causing him so much agony. Trump, it must be causing him so much pain and so much anxiety, and he's spending so much time trying to deny the undeniable, and he's just giving up so much energy, and he could be spending it on better things. He could be spending time with his wife and his family. He could just go gracefully and just like, okay, I did it. you know, I'm going to go and spend some time with my family. He could do that. That could be his plan if he were thinking clearly about it. But right now, he's in this mindset. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to accept the truth. So, I mean, and that's sort of this is part of the whole. This goes hand in hand with the Johnny Depp stuff because I've been having a hard time accepting it. I've been having a hard time. I mean, I've put it this way. It's not like I haven't accepted it, but I'm just really sad about it, you know? And, I want to be able to accept it in a way that's like, okay, it happened. There's nothing I can do about it except just send love, over the airwaves to Johnny Depp and hope and to be there for him and with him, paying attention to his lawsuits, as he tries to appeal and keeps fighting and everything like that. But I can't change. I mean, I can sign petitions asking Warner Brothers to bring him back, and I did, and I can speak up, but I'm not really expecting Warner Brothers to bring him back. I have to kind of prepare myself for that. I have to not expect them to bring him back. It's like anything, you know. I mean, and people can look at this whole situation and say, oh, what a first world problem. It's not even anything that's worth. Some people can look at it like you're upset about a celebrity losing a movie, and yeah, yeah. But this is more about a domestic violence victim, an abuse victim, and survivor who was punished for speaking out. So it's bigger than just not being able to see Johnny Depp in a movie. So, y'all know this. Most of you who watch my channel understand this, I think. But yeah, but it's all about just trying to work with what we can and change what we can, do what we can do, and don't let don't let hindrances hold us back. Like what I got to do is not get so depressed about this that I don't do anything. So I decided to make this video, even though I was so disheartened. I was so, oh my God, I don't want to even talk about this. I don't even want to go on Twitter. I don't even want to look at his news. It was so horrible. I just wanted to hide from it. But I can't really do that. I mean, it's not really realistic. It just kind of keeps it kind of festering inside of me, you know. But I can kind of separate myself in a healthy way so that I can live my life. And that's what I was talking about in therapy today. But I just think about how would I feel if I was in his position. And it doesn't have to be his position. It could be any position. It could be me. you know. But if suddenly the whole world, all my everybody in my community treated me differently because somebody said I did something that I didn't do, you know, it's not easy to accept it, that this judge pretty much, you know, set the stage for a man to lose his livelihood. But he's going to keep fighting, and more people are going to keep speaking out, and certain injustices will be, at some point, at least acknowledged. And the more people keep speaking out and not giving up, the better it will be. And it's the whole working of the serenity prayer. It's like, when I say radical acceptance or any kind of acceptance, I don't mean give up. I don't mean just accept, oh, it's not going to change. No. There's some things we can't change. There are some things we can. And it's just knowing which one is which. So, for those of you who don't know the serenity prayer, it goes like, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, yeah, yeah, let's think about that as we go through this week. I'll come back next week with another video about something, as things go along, because I have a lot of ideas and a lot of things I want to focus on. I want to focus on more mental health things. I'll still talk about Johnny Depp, but I will talk about other things too, because I think I've been sort of, focusing on one thing for a long time. And there's a lot of aspects of my channel that I'm starting to utilize in a way that might communicate even better with you all. So thank you for watching, and I will be back, and take care. Bye.